In 1993, at the Royal Free Hospital in London, I had a near-death experience. The doctors couldn't stem my bleeding and had prepared my family for my death. The pain was indescribable. It was at this point I experienced being held upright in a chariot by a golden being who said he was Lord Krishna. He explained that I could not die, as I still had not gone into battle. When I regained consciousness, the nurse said that no one could have saved me, only God. Interestingly, a psychiatrist friend, a pioneer in using meditation for healing, had at the same time seen me riding in a golden chariot with a glorious being. He contacted my family to find out how I was. I was not well for years and waited to find out what battle I was supposed to fight. I had already experienced many battles in my life as a human rights campaigner, fighting for women's equality, for the homeless, for those enslaved, and against every form of apartheid. What more did God want me to do? It took me 3 years to find out. The new battle was to start an interfaith centre in London. It was fierce. It even involved taking the British government to court. But the higher beings had already made another plan. The centre was not to be in London, but in Britain's beautiful Royal Forest of Dean, in the heart of nature. Today it is a thriving interfaith, intercultural hub called the Asher Centre, a place of hope, beauty and innovation. Few people know about my Zoroastrian religion, which underpins my life and is considered the oldest monotheism in the world. Our prophet Zarathustra has in so many ways set the world's moral compass, from our understanding of the creator God, the cosmic battle of good against evil, the concept of heaven and hell, the hierarchy of angels, the coming of the Messiah, the resurrection, and finally the day of judgment, when we will be judged for our thoughts, words and deeds. Although such an ancient religion, it is modern in its emphasis on protecting the animal world, not polluting the elements and caring for our shared environment. I call it the first green religion. Many people spontaneously call the Asher Centre paradise. The word paradise comes from Persian and means an enclosed garden with a flowing stream, orchards and beautiful flowers, usually roses. Beauty is important because it reminds us of our true state. To quote the Iranian poet Iqbal, "When you recognize what is beautiful in the world, you stop being a slave." The Asher Centre has an outstanding track record in delivering transformative education in the fields of interfaith understanding, sustainable development and the performing arts. It has also been home to the training of interfaith ministers and to yoga, meditation and other well-being groups. Over the years, young people from 180 countries have attended sponsored residential training courses. Alongside other themes, they explore the wisdom of different faiths. An example of thousands of young people who have benefited from their time at Asher is Gianni, a young gentleman from Verona looking for his life's purpose. At Asher, he was encouraged to engage his will in service to others and decided to take a degree in peace studies. Gianni has gone on to oversee the refugee program in Venice and has recently taken the challenge of working with trafficked women. We all talk about involving the young in creating a more hopeful, sustainable and compassionate future. At Asher, we know from years at working with young people that we must enable them to do so on their own terms. To this end, Asher has piloted a 10-day gathering of young Zoroastrian leaders to look at the challenges facing their global community. With the blessing of their elders, they found their own voice as a generation and created a dynamic manifesto for change. They have gone on to become vibrant leaders, connected to each other while working for the good of the wider community. My commitment to the World Parliament of Religions is to offer the Asher Centre for other such gatherings of young leaders across all faiths. Living, working and breaking bread together, they will experience the beauty and the truth of each other's faiths, as well as their own. United, they will be empowered to respond to their own callings. Throughout my life, I have been inspired by the most extraordinary people, working for the higher good, but not sufficiently connected to each other. I've also seen the dark forces at work. They are very adept at working together. Today, they are running amok with their arrogance, greed, cruelty and corruption. They mock those that try to do good. Surely it is time to stand up to them. As a Zoroastrian, I know that our God, Ahura Mazda, has gifted us free will, but needs us as co-warriors in the fight against evil. As an interfaith warrior, I know that we also need divine grace to finally defeat the forces of darkness and together herald in the light.